Dyslexic genius here. Now that we're finished with the motor, I'm going to show you what I'm greasing, what I'm oiling. What I've done on the spindle shaft here and the governor drive gear, because these are noisy a lot, this early Victor stuff, is I use my green grease and graphite mixture because I talk about this, brass gear, steel gear, brass gear. We want them lubricated and not wearing out. Now what you do is after you got all this assembled, you will come in and you'll put a little drop of oil at the end of the governor right here. You'll do the other side up here in the front. Give that a little knock here. We will oil this felt because that's all you're going to need to do. Now you're going to come in with a spout and you'll drop one down this side right here, and that'll hit this bearing. There we go. And then you'll come over here to the other side of and you will give this a little drop. Now after I got it running, this bearing here is adjustable. So what you'll do is you'll get the motor running, and then you will back this screw off, and then you will start to back this screw off, and you're going to put, what's going to happen is this bearing's going to move a little. Now you'll crank it up a lot, the motor. You go, okay, now I know the motor's running, I know the springs, everything's good, nothing's making funny noises. You're going to crank the motor up and get it running. You got to have it running for maybe 2 minutes. And what you're going to do is, I've done this on other videos, you're going to crank this in till the motor comes to a stop. Then you're going to back it off slowly, and you're going to listen to the motor, and the motor's going to be running, it's going to go, it's going to be running real fine. You go, okay, there's the sweet spot. What you're going to do, you'll come back around, and you will tighten this down and see if you have the same noise coming from the motor, because these are a little noisy, not like later Victors. The other problem with these is when these governor weights springs break back here, usually they come over here and they're flying and they're hitting, boom, 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 boom. And you can see on this gear right here on the edge, it did have a run at one time, but the gear is still good and will still work. If the gear was chewed up a little more than it is, you can take it off and flip it around. But now that you have done all that, you should have roughly 3 to 4 cranks and it should fire for you, because we've oiled everything. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're off and running. Get the speed control fixed here. There we go. Now what I do is I put a screwdriver through here to lift up the speed control. So you can stop it. You can put this in here. Just little things you learn over the years. And it'll run. But that was 3 cranks. 3 cranks, it comes to power. It does not have the power to run and play the record. You always want to crank your motors all the way up and let them run all the way down. After it's put in and on the motor board and I've got the speed running digitally set at 78 RPM, I will run the motor probably through 15 runs. I'll sit here, have coffee or a mocha, and run it up, let it run down. Run it up, let it run down. Make sure everything's running, and then you're good to go. I hope you're enjoying this stream of videos on the Victor 3. The next one will probably be, hey, it's in the cabinet and we got a concert for you people. And that's my tip for the day.
So it's grease that we've got to focus on.
The grease? What grease?